Mindset show featuring investment science. Hello, everyone. My name is Tessa, and I'm here to introduce you to Reagan Rodriguez. Reagan is a futurist who teaches stratosphere wealthy legacy families how to become impact investors. Hi, Reagan. How are you?
Well, good afternoon. I'm doing better than I deserve. And yourself?
Oh, I'm very well. Thank you. I'm
Good.
excited to introduce our guests today. I'll let you
Yeah,
take
me
that
too.
over.
I've met Michael a while back. We've known each other for a while. We know a lot of the same people. And we touched base maybe about a year ago on this project, but timing just wasn't right. So based on that, Michael then reached back out. We then got together. I think, oh, you and Cecil flew over here. We had a great time. I took you guys to my favorite coffee shop, and we had a good time, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, yeah. So, Michael, why don't you tell them a little bit about you and kind of what you're putting together? Would you like me to? Why don't you go ahead, Mike?
Sure. So, my credentials are most recently, about a year ago, I graduated from the Wharton School. I have formerly roughly 11 years working on Wall Street. Most recent engagement was a contractor to Barclays Investment Bank as a chief operating officer for market and financial risk on the IT side. And then once I did my grad school also at Indiana University in entrepreneurship and capital raising, I started the Deal Room, which is actually how I met Cecil, which is NDA, non-circumvent, revenue shares on both sides. It's all this deal flow. And that's actually how we're able to launch this fund, because the problem we're solving right here
Yeah.
is it's tough to find investments that can outperform the S&P 500. There's studies out there. It changes each year on the S&P, 87% plus, don't beat it. Where we differentiate is we have
Uh-huh.
multiple work streams. So I've always had the thesis from investment science: you have $100 to invest, let's put it into upwards of 100 different products. Right here, what we're doing is we're taking that capital and we're able to put it into mining assets in conjunction with the Department of Commerce. So we're able to take 43-101s, which are Canadian documents on mining assets, to say how much those are worth. And then that document goes into a debt facility at about 150 million each. And then what we do is we take 100 million and we do a standby letter of credit buy sell agreement, which is how
Beautiful.
we're generating these things. You could consider
Hmm.
this almost like an infrastructure fund, because we're conducting government projects, but then I have my own product, Sage Fusion, to conduct treasury management. And we had the
Hmm.
prototype about a year or two ago, a 55% return while working banking hours. And we're going to essentially start out putting this capital into some mining assets. We get those up and running, and we can do M&A all day. We can set up joint ventures, public-private partnerships, while getting the IMF involved from the funding mechanism on the back end. But on top of it, the Exim Bank, we're able to put insurance products on these to mitigate risk even further.
Beautiful. Mike, before I turn it over to Cecil, I think that the best way I like to describe what you guys are putting together is I would say to an investor, welcome to an unparalleled investment opportunity. Well, why do I say that? Because it's a chance to shape a better world while then securing financial returns. That's what I like about investment science. It's breaking down the barriers between cutting edge innovations and strong investment opportunities. So picture this: your capital acts as a conduit flowing into diverse work streams. So on that note, Cecil, why don't you tell them a little bit about you? You've got a very interesting background, very rich kind of history as well. I enjoyed, gosh, even when I invited you over to my place after we ate also, we had a good time talking. So please tell them a little bit about you, Cecil.
Cecil Davis, and I'm out here in Utah. I have had the privilege of working with government for some time. I worked with
Hmm.
most of the departments of commerce. I worked in the Middle East. I've worked for Orrin Hatch, who was my mentor, and I worked through him through several agencies I've been on international trade missions. And through that connection, I was introduced to some scientists in 2015 who introduced me to a project that was most unusual and unique. This is a power project, and that is currently what I'm working on. But what I bring to the table is a great wealth of political contacts and understanding of how government works, which allows us to navigate the permitting situations and to address certain areas where we need information from such areas as the Department of Commerce, Department of Energy, Department of State, the NIH, the NIC, and also the Library of Congress. So with all these informations, I'm able to come in and work with Mike, who has been very patient in working with me and guiding me through the financial systems, that we're able to offer a phenomenal project that is power-based, energy-based, which meets 2/3 of the world's needs right now. So we're very happy to discuss that and put that on the table for consideration.
Awesome. Thank you, Cecil.
You bet.
Mike, is there more you'd like to share?
Well, just like, again, like we went over the opportunity and you covered it quite well, but it's also saying like practical steps, if things are delayed, what happens? So we just have multiple avenues to offset that risk. And just to reiterate again, we will be purchasing insurance products, down to the fact, even if that investor said they wanted to be on the insurance to do a claim, by all means. And if we get this right, this is almost how banks generate capital, but we're doing it through a new product offering through mining assets. This was originally created actually by working with some of our contacts to say, hey, even if you don't own this mining asset outright, you can take that 43-101, let's do a debt offering. And then as the cash grows, we could do the SBLCs all day. So I think it's an exciting opportunity.
Yeah, Mike, what I'm going to do is also just explain how we've already have a $200 million kind of soft commitment, and all we need from you guys as skin in the game is to raise 20 million. So I was thinking maybe now would probably be an appropriate time for Tessa, for you to maybe share your screen and show them kind of their profile, maybe go through the pitch deck slowly, and I will just kind of conclude on some parts, if you're okay with that.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm actually going to, while I'm doing this, I'm going to show you all how to get to where you can find this information. So,
okay, good.
Yes, awesome. Okay, so you will see, this is Fifth Avenue Capital website. If you click on portfolio and you scroll down, you can get to investment science, and you can click right on view offering. And that's going to be, it decides to load.
And then while you're showing that, I will go over just last part that I want to kind of conclude with that.
Yes. Well, I can also scroll down. I have the pitch deck right here.
That's what I thought. I want to just kind of conclude by just saying this isn't just an investment. It's a transformative force. Join us on this journey where financial prosperity converges with the fulfillment of impactful global investments. Seize the opportunity to be part of something greater, where your investment doesn't just grow, but contributes to a world of positive change. One of the things I appreciate and have enjoyed about the team at Investment Science is that I know that they have spent the past few years developing this Sage Fusion platform. And they've been, from what you've mentioned to me, Michael, you've been validating the capabilities in collaboration with the Thera Pharma. Am I saying that right? Thera Pharma?
Thera Pharma Consulting.
Yes. And as I mentioned before, at this point, they're really only seeking 20 million as an investment to take this business forward. So you can join us on this journey where, as I mentioned before, financial prosperity converges with the fulfillment of impact global initiatives.
So if you are interested, when you are on the portfolio page, you can click Invest Now and reach out to Reagan.
Very well said.
Right. Well, thank
Thank
you. I
you,
think you covered all my
Tessa.
questions I usually ask. So
Yeah,
you guys
I
got
did.
it.
Michael, Cecil, before we close, anything else either of you want to mention before we finish up here?
Not for me. I think it's wonderful. Thank you.
My side, just thank everybody for the time and looking forward to doing some exciting things with everybody.
There we go. My
Cool.
my Ivy League friend from Wharton. Who you also teach. Do you teach at Wharton as well?
So I taught at Baruch's financial engineering program for about a year, master's level AI, when I was finishing my first master's. And most recently, I taught a semester at Yeshiva University. So it's how to create pitch decks and how do we create a data science model on a business plan. So I've been doing that for about 2 years. We merge entrepreneurship with data science, and those are the two biggest buzzwords of the past year: capital raising and data science.
There we go. I like to say that Michael has more degrees than a thermometer.
That's
Glad you
great.
got only Tessa gets my corny jokes.
I loved it. Very well done. Well, thank you all for being on. And like I said, if you need any information, you can go to Fifth Avenue Capital's website, 5thaavc.com. And we'll put that link into the chat as well. I will put it in there way early. So if you haven't already, you can hit the bell to get notifications when we go live. We're live on Fridays at noon Eastern time. And definitely reach out to Reagan if you have any questions or have an investment opportunity you need help with.